Antrax, Potro, Fuego, and Berwyn, Romano. He's made a name for his future and more. And look at the power of young man. And the guy fights like a championship. Plus the back of Alice they fight. They gotta restart the winning streak. Do it over. Leg drops all over the place. Back as the Fuego takes fire. Work. And now it's top rope swanton. Antrax, Potro, Romano doing the damage to Alice de Fuego and Inferno. Both the technicals take falls early, and all of a sudden the Rudos rule the ring. Tag team action, one fall. The Rudos with the size advantage with Antrax in particular. He is a striking machine in that ring, and he's had a rivalry against Alice de Fuego in the past that is very notable. Potro Romano made a name for himself all across Mexico and parts of California and New York. Is now in Chicagoland, in LLT, in the Midwest Pro Wrestling Lucha Libre scene, to put his stamp of approval on what he thinks could be his future and more. And look at the power of Potro Romano as he easily guides Blue Inferno up and over with that back body drop. Low blow, come on, ref, you can't do that. Potro Romano has put down Blue Inferno on the outside. The LLT debut of Potro Romano, taught by the Apaches. Watch it. Down goes Alice de Fuego, nose plan in the ring with the assist. Antrax and Potro Romano just double teaming the heck out of this young man. And again, the frantic high flyer grounded by Antrax. And Potro Romano, a multiple-time cruiserweight and light heavyweight champion, has wrestled all across New York in the FMLL Bronco Internacional leagues. And this guy fights like a championship horse. And Antrax again using his belt, his lower back weightlifting belt for support as a weapon, snapping it across the back of Alice de Fuego, and then doing it again to Blue Inferno. The man from Iztapalapa, Mexico, Potro Romano, and Antrax, they're really doing the damage. I mean, this Antrax is a buzzsaw. Wait a minute! Apenitas is getting involved. That's not fair. Apenitas, 100% Rudo in this one. Even he's cheated for the Rudos to try to win. What the heck is that about? Antrax, a buzzsaw of abuse with the size and the mass, intimidated. He will ruin and destroy lives, and he enjoys destroying everything in sight. The fans are very agitated at what the Rudos have done so far. Antrax and Potro. What was that about? He kissed his tag team partner? That was a little strange. The pain threshold or the low threshold? What matters most to the Rudos in this one? I can't tell you for certain. Quick sneak attack again. This Antrax, you can't take your eyes off of him for 1 second. He'll beat you till you're ugly as ever. The misdirection attacks and worse. Look at this. Upside down, and Alice de Fuego had his leg folded up underneath. Tag team drop kicks across both sides of the jawline of Alice de Fuego. Those misdirection attacks are what hurts the most. They can press, they can hurt you. He's so pushy are these Rudos to try to gain and score the advantage over their adversaries. And although Blue Inferno is a frantic high flyer of the ring, he can get out of control, and he's a wild man. His skill set is versatile, but against 2-on-1 odds, Blue Inferno is having some problems right now. The technicals might suffer their demise in this one. There's too much deception. A lot of mean streaks going down. It's a dangerous environment. for tag team Libre situations in the past, Antrax has easily been able to lift and manipulate Fuego in order to score victories before. Fuego takes the corner very hard. Run up the boots. Potro Romano pulls to the stuff. He gave a shoulder check to the window. There's a hurricane runner. Fuego's back to life. Inferno. Fuego now have a chance. 2-on-1 against Antrax. Inferno slash. Fuego with a back splash, nearly fell out of the ring. A suicidal maneuver. And Antrax being yanked out of the corner, right out of the back of his head and neck. Potro Romano swinging his fingers around. I don't know what good that's going to do. Two of the more spectacular, frantic high flyers of the ring are trying to work over Antrax right here. They connect with two back elbow smashes. They got to restart the winning streak. And they're going to do it over and over. Leg drop, drop kick. Nice combination right there. If they can take risks and be creative in the ring, it can help their cause. Nice double team elbow drop. They got to keep the action in the ring and continue the 2-on-1. It's working well against Antrax. And you got to watch out for Fuego and his crazy cross body blocks and misdirection down over the top rope to the floor. Double team takedown. They've got Antrax still up on his head. And showing approval on one side. Potro Romano missed. Oh, he bounced all over the place. Backcracker by Inferno. Fuego takes fire. Swanton bomb. Nicely done. The technicals continue to do the damage to the Rudos in this one. Into the corner goes Potro Romano. Fuego clotheslined him and took the seat to the apron and the floor. The Rudos are trying to collect their energy on the outside. The technicals taking control of the situation. It's been almost over a year since Fuego's won any sort of match in Lucha Libre Total, so he's hoping to change things up right here tonight. The question is when to take the risks and when to be cautious. Antrax was trying to strike down both of the technicals and it didn't work. And now he has his legs straddled. There's some revenge right there. A pair of drop kicks and Antrax has a headache. Potro Romano is about to push him right back into the ring. The action trying to be slowed down. Now there's problems between Apenitas and the technicals. Obviously, the technicals remember when Apenitas blatantly used Antrax's strap as a weapon to try to weaken the technicals a little further. The action put on pause temporarily as we notice in consecutive quarters it's Antrax and Blue Inferno watching the action between Potro Romano and Fuego. Countered by Potro Romano with the leap rope and the arm drag. Quick arm drag again. Potro Romano, Fuego imitating one another's takedowns. And every single snapping takedown, they try to recover twice as fast. Moonsault press from a standing position. I believe Apenitas was trying to slap the mat with a strap in order to pound the mat in a count. Fuego was pandering to the fans. That didn't work. Potro Romano just drop kicked him right in the behind. How embarrassing. Tag team partners still in consecutive corners. Somebody's got to do something about that. Tilt-a-whirl backbreaker by Fuego. Nicely done. Potro Romano, the veteran of the ring for over 2 decades, feeling the wrath of Fuego here. And yet again, Potro Romano backing up the bus. Kind of hurting at the moment on the outside. Antrax immediately tries to lasso the head of Blue Inferno on the mat. This is the bullying tactics of Antrax. He has you in tight, tries to use dirty knees and elbows to try to weaken his opponents. Blue Inferno breaks out of it. Antrax caught the body of Blue Inferno running in and places him in a seated position on the top rope and support. Inferno, look at that! Diving Hurricane Rana. Avoiding, dropping on his head. Very nicely done. Oh wow, Antrax recovers and tricks down Blue Inferno on his head. And now Blue Inferno recovers. Wrong partner. Blue Inferno, you're in the wrong corner. You got to get out of there. Blue Inferno's going to use the ropes. Nope, Antrax prevented it. Inferno up in the air, lands on the ring apron. Antrax runs in to a well-calculated kick by Blue Inferno as he climbs all the way to the top. Look at that, he landed on his feet and then guided down Antrax with a wrestling takeover. Drop to hold, Blue Inferno trying to lock in a submission. Antrax very close to the ropes on the far side. Will this be his demise in this one? Potro Romano inside of the ring. And he breaks the hold illegally, slapping the face of Blue Inferno. Antrax trying to cover up on the outside. Potro Romano trying to lock in a submission hold. There was no tag made, but the switch. With one body left, one entered. The Rudos were trying to take advantage of the situation, but Fuego now breaks up that submission by striking upon the head of Potro Romano. Quick drop kick to the leg. Fuego trying to go for a Lamont straw cradle, and he has it locked in. Come on, ref, start counting. Oh, Antrax, stop the count, come on. That's illegal. Antrax won't let the count go down. Antrax keeps breaking up the count, and Antrax stomps right on the head and skull of Fuego. Totally unnecessary, totally illegal. Obviously, Apenitas is favoring the Rudos in this tag team match significantly, and he still has that strap in his possession. Guillotine headlock submission. Blue Inferno has to break it up, and he does at the last minute with that glancing blow. Blue Inferno trying to get a quick win, but Potro Romano interrupts the count of the official as well. Tomahawk chop. An upward, downward strike. From the Roman Empire of the Horses of Potro Romano. Double team takedown. Suddenly the Rudos, what they did earlier at the beginning of the match, it's now working as they are now resorting back to their chaotic double team abuse. Blue Inferno drop kicks Potro Romano, avoiding the double team, and drags down Antrax. Back and forth to the ropes and backwards. It's Fuego drop kicks Antrax to the outside. Blue Inferno with a diving body attack on Antrax on the floor. So now we're down to one-on-one situation in the ring. Fuego against Potro Romano, or Potro Romano might dive on the outside right here. He's starting to take a climb all the way to the top. Oh wow, flying cross body block. He knocked down Blue Inferno. Antrax was guiding the bodies down. Fuego, he's going for it. First rope, second rope, corkscrew flying attack. I think he hit his partner. Antrax walking away from the abuse. Bodies are falling all over the place in this one fall sudden death tag team Lucha Libre Spectacular. They're trying to steal the show. Are the Technicos. Fuego, Blue Inferno managed to get Antrax into the corner. Antrax in a seated position as Fuego runs in with some kneecaps. Blue Inferno up and under move. Plunging drop. Fuego's got some choices. There it is top rope swanton. The face wash by Blue Inferno. Will the Technicals get the win? They did it! Potro is back in the cup. Blue Inferno out for Fuego. That's done for revenge. Out for Fuego. Back to the winner's circle. After over here.